White orcas are much smarter than you think. Let's get it, guys. Oh my god. You cannot tell me that's not terrifying.
The vast expanse of all
Where do I
the
go put my
world's
camera?
oceans is ruled by one
We'll try right here.
incredibly smart but deadly creature, infamous for its distinctive
Bro,
black
I'm
and
excited for
white
this.
coloring.
Orcas are so cool.
This creature is
I'm
known
excited.
to us as an orca,
Orca.
or killer whale. The nickname killer
Hey,
whale
lower this some more.
instills a sense of fear, hinting at a dark and savage nature. And while they are feared by many ocean inhabitants, such as the great white shark, they are far more complex than the name suggests. Killer whales are not actually whales
Bro,
at
orcas
all.
clear
They're the
everything.
largest part of the dolphin family. The
Dang, I
name
didn't know that.
orca is derived from Latin Ornicus orca, which means god of the underworld and champion of death.
Covering all the text, bro.
You would, however, be forgiven for buying into the nickname killer whale. Before we get into what makes orcas much smarter than you think, such as their military-style hunting techniques, their incredible
I was about to say, I do know they have like crazy strats when it comes to hunting, bro. Each time they go out to hunt, it's like a different strategy they use.
communication
It's
skills,
never the same.
or even their separate cultures, we need to discuss their physical attributes. To put it simply,
Oh my god, is that
orcas
real?
are big.
Is it AI?
Males can grow over 9 meters and weigh over 10 tons, about the
Damn.
size and weight of an American school bus.
Bro, that is terrifying.
Females are a bit smaller. Their streamlined hydrodynamic shape, paired with their strength, makes for a powerful stride. So powerful, in fact, they are the second fastest marine mammal
Oh my
in
God,
the
dude.
world. Their large tail, known as a fluke, is also very strong. They can throw seals 80
Oh
meters in the air
my
as if it was just a tennis
God.
ball. But perhaps the most jarring
Bro, imagine just being a seal chilling in the ocean. You just get launched.
attribute of the orca
Oh
is
my
the
God,
force
bro.
of their bite. The average human bite is around
That's
120
terrible.
to 160 psi. For domesticated dogs, it's about 700.
Okay.
Gorillas, 1,300.
Damn.
Alligators, about 2,000 psi.
Yeah.
Great white sharks, probably the most feared sea creature by humans, has a bite of around 4,000 psi. But
Damn.
what about orcas? 19,000
Oh
psi.
my god.
Now there is a caveat here, as there isn't bulletproof research
Oh.
about the bite force of orcas and great white sharks.
What the
However,
fuck?
they are researchers' best estimates based on examples and the anatomies of their bodies. Regardless of the exact number,
Bro, they are so
their bite
terrifying.
is up there with the strongest of anything on Earth.
Just eating a
Despite
jellyfish.
possessing all these deadly traits, there has never been a recorded human death by an orca in the wild. It's as if they respect that we are the leaders of land.
I was about to say, in the wild, when they're held captive, bro, what about Tillicum? Didn't he kill a trainer?
And they rule the
SeaWorld, bro, any animals kept like this size in a tiny
The
cage,
ocean.
terrible.
So yeah,
Terrible.
like I said, after hearing all that, you'd assume it's purely their body
At that point, you deserve what you
composition
get, bro.
which
That's
puts them on top of the food chain. But none of that is what makes the orca the incredibly unique mammal that it is. To truly understand how complex orcas are, we need to explore 4 key aspects: their communication, social structure, hunting techniques, and their brain. The first reason orcas are much smarter than you think is their highly developed communication system, which consists of 3 core elements, with the first being click trains. Orcas use click trains for their mind-blowing echolocation skill. Essentially,
that-
it
even that
allows them
noise
to
is
locate
terrifying.
and discriminate between objects. by
That's so cool,
projecting
though. It's like a taser.
high-frequency sound waves and listening for the echoes. This is how it works. Orcas create the click by moving air between nasal sacs in the blowhole region. If these sound waves hit an object, they will bounce back to the orca. It will pass through a special fatty tissue in their jaw area. From this point, auditory nerves transfer it to the middle ear
what
and then
the
to the brain.
fuck?
At this point, it creates a map of their environment. It allows them to detect
That is
fish
crazy.
at a distance of 500 feet, much further than sight in the dark and murky
Oh
water.
my god.
The system is so advanced, orcas in the North Pacific can differentiate between 6 types of salmon to find their favorite
Bro,
Chinook
what?
salmon. Due to their high pitch, high degree of directionality, and the fact they
Not only do they have hunting techniques, bro, they have X-ray vision. Like orcas need
are
nerfed.
highly modulated, means they don't carry very far underwater.
It's like
Because
Daredevil
of
in the
these
water,
factors, researchers believe they use whistling for close-range private communication with their podmates, and it likely helps them to orchestrate
Wow.
their military-style attacks. The third
That's
and most common
crazy.
form of communication is their pulsed calls, which can be heard from many miles away in the vast expanse of the lonely ocean. Scientists haven't scratched the surface of what the calls mean yet, but here is what we do know. The calls are very important for communication and coordination within each pod, and each pod has their own dialect. A pod is the term used to describe the group of orcas, which is usually their family. A study of Icelandic orcas and Norwegian orcas showed that they have 23 and 24 different calls respectively, yet none were shared between pods.
Oh my god,
Their
bro.
dialect is distinct enough that scientists
So like they all have their own language, theoretically. Like they all have their own way of talking. What?
By their calls. And the orcas aren't born with these calls either.
That's crazy.
Calves will begin by making high-pitched noises which don't resemble their parents, but as they grow and learn, they will begin to make the calls properly. During the height of a hunt, orcas can use a combination of calls, clicks and whistles, showing a degree of a learned and complex language which allows them to communicate. They also use body language such as breaching, spy hopping and tail slapping to communicate with each other.
Damn.
Scientists hope that one day it may be possible for us to understand what they are saying and even be able to directly
Bro,
communicate
that would
with
be
them,
crazy.
especially with the rapid advancements in artificial intelligence.
Dang, imagine talking to an orca, having a conversation. Like what?
Orcas share many similarities with humans, and their social structure is a perfect example of this. Orcas live in families known as pods. These pods are usually around 14 members, but can be as large
Damn, that's more
as
than
50,
I thought.
or in the case of transient killer whales, as low as 3.
Okay.
The males only tend to live to around 30, whereas the females
Bro,
can live
still.
up to 80.
Damn,
The
80
grandmother
years?
is intrinsic to the group's survival and success. Every woman is born into their family group, known as a matriline. They do everything together, hunting, communicating, and playing. They spend their whole lives in their family pod, but do occasionally socialize with other pods. But these relationships don't pass much further than mating. Unlike most of the animal kingdom, orcas stop giving birth at around 40. They, like humans and a few other species, continue to live.
I was
for
very
many
confused what was
years
happening.
after they stop
What
giving
the
birth.
fuck?
At this point, the grandmother takes the lead, spending the rest of her life showing the family the best
This is so
hunting
cool.
grounds, sharing all of her knowledge, and even giving up to 90% of the fish she catches to the calves. Their expertise is becoming ever important in a world where overfishing has led to a decline in fish populations.
Man,
It's their incredible brain which allows them to harbour the vast amount of knowledge,
bro.
a subject we'll come back to later. Scientists believe orcas have evolved to stop giving birth at 40, as it made more sense for them to move into a leadership role. Evidently, these pods are a tight-knit family, and they have been witnessed displaying an unmistakable sense of grief and mourning when a member of their pod passes.
Bro, that's sad. Like, it's just crazy to me how we have something so intelligent, like in the ocean. You know what I mean? Like,
Their somber cries echo
man,
through
that's,
the
dude,
ocean.
that's sad.
Another part of the orca's social structure, which is interesting, is the difference between transient and resident orcas. Resident orcas are the ones we just discussed. Large family groups which hunt
Oh my
across a
god,
specified
bro, that's
location
scary.
and tend to communicate with other pods. Transient orcas, however, are much more rare and travel a lot further in small groups. One group has been known to travel between Alaska and California.
Damn.
These orcas are much more quiet, hardly ever splashing, swimming silently, and sometimes not even using echolocation. They tend to hunt sea mammals and not fish, and stay a lot further away from the coast. Scientists believe it's a matter of time until they become their own species, not because of geography, but due to cultural differences, showing the true depth of orcas' social structure. However, the intelligence of the orca extends beyond their social interactions. Orcas have been known to hunt anything from fish to hunchback whales, and even great white sharks.
What?
In fact, great white sharks are scared of orcas.
I would be too. I
They
mean,
will hunt them
damn.
down in packs, ram into the side of their body, which stuns it, flick it
Oh
upside
my
down so
God.
it drowns, and then almost surgically remove the fatty liver, leaving the rest of the carcass.
Bro, what? Headbutting the shark to stun it and flipping it upside down to drown.
For the ocean ecosystem.
That is wild.
Pretty terrifying, right? Well, great white sharks think so too. They have been known to not return to their hunting ground for at least a year if there's been a recent orca sighting. But that's the more brutal
Bro, orcas just mogging the
side
sharks.
of an orca
That's
hunt.
crazy.
The following two techniques showcase their innovative hunting strategies, executed with near military-level precision. The first is Courtesy of Frozen Planet 2, an incredible documentary by the BBC. A few orcas from the group are used for recon, popping up in between gaps in the ice to locate a sea lion.
Dude.
Once found, they communicate
Like, this
to
is a problem.
initiate a coordinated attack. There's only one way to get the sea lion off the large piece of ice and into the water. As a group, they swim underneath the ice, but close to the surface.
The fact that they can recognize that this ice is breakable and that emitting enough force, like, that's, dude, that is insane.
Creating a wave which breaks up the ice. At this point,
You're kidding.
further waves are pretty ineffective due to the broken up ice, so the matriarch coordinates the group to slowly push the ice raft into clearer water.
Bro,
Even though the
what?
seal is now in the water, the job is not done. To protect themselves from injury, they blow bubbles to disorientate the seal,
Oh my
at which point
god,
dinner is
dude.
served. The second technique was first discovered in 1985, just off the coast of Argentina. When the tide is high and the sea is calm, orcas intentionally beat themselves to snag sea lions directly from the shore. A place where the sea
Like, this is a skill gap. Like, genuinely skill
lion
gap.
would expect to be safe. By the time the sea lion sees the orca,
Oh my
their
god.
warm embrace is already upon them. Just for the orca to swim in such shallow water is dangerous, but intentionally beating themselves is almost a suicide mission. But for the orcas who have
That is
mastered
wild.
it's an incredibly effective way to catch their food. Young orcas have been seen with an older orca, practicing this technique, making them do it again.
Bro, imagine just
and
chilling on the
again
beach and a
again,
fucking orca
and sometimes
swims up
even
on
using
shore.
seaweed as a prop. It's always the woman doing the teaching, and they are always very patient. Evidently, orcas exhibit a remarkable capacity for problem solving when in pursuit of food, creating and employing ingenious strategies executed with military-grade precision.
I just cannot believe the way they're just able to, like, recognize different situations and adapt and, like, figure it. Like, they're literally, bro, killing a whale.
Orcas have the second largest brain in the animal kingdom, only behind sperm whales. They weigh in around 5.4 kilograms to 6.8 kilograms, which is about 5 times heavier than a human's brain.
Damn.
However, there is one thing scientists know for sure, which is a larger brain does not equal greater intelligence. What does, however, is a larger brain size in comparison to the body. To measure this, scientists use encephalization quotient, or EQ, and in that aspect, orcas come in third place behind dolphins and humans. But what's even more impressive about the brain of an orca is the high levels of gyrification, which essentially means how wrinkled the cerebral cortex is. The more gyrification,
Okay, not smooth brain.
the higher the total amount of data it can handle, and the speed at which it's processed. For context, a human brain has a gyrification of 2.2, whereas orcas is 5.7,
Damn.
the highest in the world. But what fascinates scientists the most is the orca's extremely developed insular cortex, the part of the brain responsible for emotion, compassion,
Wow.
interpersonal relationships, and consciousness.
Bro,
Again,
that's
they have the largest
crazy.
insular cortex in the world. Knowing all of this, it's not unthinkable to suggest that an orca's brain operates similar to our own.
So, like, not only are they possibly more emotional, affectionate, but they have more consciousness than we do, which is crazy. Like, we already have the ability to think about, you know, existential crisis or, like, you know, the purpose of life, but, like, we can only imagine how they think.
That they are capable of high
That's
level of intelligence
wild.
and emotions as humans are. That they acknowledge and perceive the complexity and scale.
Like, do you think they know, like, they're whales? Do you think they know that? Like, I know they know, but, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Of the
do you
world
think?
they live in. It may just be possible that orcas are aware of their own existence, which is remarkable to
Bro.
think about.
Like, that is crazy.
It's undeniable that orcas are remarkable and emotional creatures with an essential need to be with their family. However, the only creature that understands their maternal attachment are the ones with the ability to take it away. leaving them to cry for help.
Bro, that's so fucked up. That's so messed up, man.
Not only are orcas under threat from our unforgivable desire to cage them for our entertainment, but we're also destroying their chance of survival in the ocean. Overfishing and habitat loss have decreased the amount of prey available, which leads to a decline in reproduction
Bro, that's
and
awful.
increased mortality rate. This is particularly affecting the southern resident killer whales in the Pacific Ocean. Our devastating effect on wildlife is shameful at the best of times, but even more so when understanding the true depth of an orca. In many ways, orcas are a reflection of the intricacies of our own lives,
Bro.
where strength and vulnerability can coexist, where sorrow reminds us of what's truly important. A poignant reminder of our responsibility to protect and preserve these magnificent beings.
Yeah, no, I think like hunting orcas and capturing orcas just for entertainment is so fucked up. Like that's so messed up, bro. Especially them being so conscious and like aware of their emotions, and like the one like crying for his family, like, oh my god, man. Like that makes no sense to me. That is awful. But great video. This is a great video. But yeah, bro, like orcas should be in the ocean, whales should be in the ocean, not in an aquarium. That's crazy.